MIC podcast, episode 89. Wow, shout out to y'all, man. Community content. Get it all here, man. And our guest today is a business owner, a content creator, a podcast host. He wears many hats. I'm here with Amir Moradi. Am I saying that last one correctly?
Yes, sir, you got it right.
Okay, cool, beautiful. All right, man. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. Episode 89.
89.
You guys are killing. I've only done like single digits.
I mean, bro. I mean, I even checked out your, your YouTube. Like, it's only 4, but like you're one of the more consistent. Like you're at least like your last joint was 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Which is more than a lot of people can say that started a pod. Like I know people that started a podcast in COVID, and you know what I mean, they don't have podcasts anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's it's something said about consistency, bro. But it's good to be able to sit down and chop it up with you, man. Because I was going on your IG, man, and I was like, again, just doing research for the interview, I was like, this is a funny motherfucker, man. I can't wait to pick his brain on certain shit, man. So
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, absolutely, bro. So to kind of hopping in, right? How old are you, by the way?
24.
24. Okay, yeah. So I'm 27. I just turned 27 in May. So I'm like, have you always been like a content creator? Like when did you first start?
No, man. Honestly, if I told my younger self, like not even that much younger, like 4 years ago that I would create content, I'll be like, what are you talking?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I didn't expect it to even get into this space. The reason I got into it, I feel like a lot, to be fair, actually, that's kind of a lie. I think if you told me, I would have been like, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it's actually going to happen. Just because I think when I was younger, just like everyone's like really shy to get in front of a camera.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
And I was a very introverted, shy kid, you see me now,
Really?
You won't believe me. And I come in, I socialize that. Totally fine. But when I was younger, I was like, I wanted to say hi to people. Like, I was nervous when I did anything social. It was so weird.
Yeah.
But that's like my family members that haven't seen me in years, and they see all my videos. They're like, what?
Yeah. Please, bro, say whatever you want, bro.
Okay, cool. But out there, like, what the fuck happened to this kid? Like, he used to be like,
yeah, no, I'm still waiting on that. I'm definitely gonna bump into some of my family members, and just even from this physical standpoint, it's like, yo, like you got whole tattoos now, like, yo, who is this? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Same with tattoos too. Yeah, like what happened to this kid?
Real shit.
This kid from, but yeah. So I got into it. I still remember my first ever video I made. It was a TikTok video, but the reason I started was there was this meme or trend going on, and I was playing Call of Duty with my friends, and then I kept hearing TikTok. I caught the TikTok trend totally late, years. I mean, not as late as some people, but it wasn't when it was popping. But I remember I kept hearing about the TikTok. I'm like, I thought TikTok is for little kids dancing and stuff. I was like, what am I gonna do there? But then I downloaded the app because I needed the face filter for one of the videos.
Right.
It was like a little face stretch or something. Yeah, right. And then I just wanted to send it to my friends. And then I thought I downloaded the video, but I actually ended up posting that video. It was a meaningless, I know it wasn't even supposed to be posted. But then I accidentally I was driving. I remember I was driving DC, and I was just looking at my phone while I was driving, but I shouldn't have. But it was a long drive. Yeah. The whole thing was a setup. But yeah, I was like, and then I saw that little dumb video that posted was 600 views or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because I've tried, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I might have tried YouTube a couple videos, and YouTube, it's as you guys might know, it's you go on, you spend hours editing, fucking days, and then you get 12 views, and it's soul crushing, right?
Yeah, right.
Put so much time into it, you get absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I'm I wasn't even trying to post, and I got 600 views. How is this? This is crazy. No wonder there's a TikTok. And then ever since, I just started posting funny videos, things that I didn't think. It was hard in the beginning, right? Because I was saying, I was shy, and so is everyone. And I tell everyone, once you start, you just start going downhill almost, in a good way. You become more comfortable and to a point where right now I really don't even care.
Yeah, facts.
It doesn't feel anything. But I was like, all right, let me like post this funny video, which is like kind of funny. I feel like my friends will like it, and started from there. And then this like maybe a year and a half ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just started and then it became easier. Now, like I said, I just make content.
Sure.
It's completely changed in terms of the type of content. But now it's like become this. But the whole thing was the algorithm was very fascinating to me with the short form video content. I was like, oh my god, it's so much easier than
Yeah.
and it is easier. Now suddenly I have views millions, and I'm like, this is crazy. I didn't pay for ads. I didn't pay that much. I recorded a video that took 1 minute on my phone, and suddenly 10 million people saw it. I'm like, sign me up.
Yeah, no, facts. So like would you say like that was like your first dabble in that? Because like I mean again we're in the same demographics, like we've seen these platforms come and go. I mean like even like like when Vine, I mean like did you fuck around like with Vine that at all, or like?
No, I think I was too young. Fine.
Really? Okay.
I was like 4. I don't even know. I was like 13, 14. I was.
Yeah, okay.
It would have been some really cringe stuff. If I
Yeah.
did.
I mean, no, bro, like, yeah, nah, thank God, man. 'Cause, like, I remember, like, I was, fuck around, with Vine at the time, like, when it came out, I'm like, bro, absolutely, like, definitely some cringe stuff. But, like, just in hindsight, though, just, like, with looking, like, the platforms, like, like we have now, that was just, been toes into the water of what would eventually become, some of, like, the stuff that, you've get into, like, just, like, even, like, with this podcast stuff. So, like, was that, like, truly, was that, like, that, like, kind of, like, what that 20-year-old mark was, like, when you first truly was like, all right, like, let me just kind of post content, like, for, like, the first time?
Yeah, it's like I always knew, like, just growing up, I didn't even know, like, see, like, a lot of people, like, I actually envy them. Like, I'm actually jealous of them that some people already know what they like. There's some people that, like, they're just in love with one specific thing, and it's so clear. I had a friend who was my neighbor, and he was in love with, like, flying planes. Right, she had a whole flight simulator set up in his bed. You could tell this guy is gonna be a pilot.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no chance. This guy, like, it's so clear. He's in love. He's like,
He ends up being an accountant. He's like, yeah, no.
he's like, no, he's like so easy. It's like it's so clear. But for me, I've always liked so many different things.
Facts.
That's why even if on my YouTube, like, I've been struggling a lot because I'm like, I have so many different types of passion that it's more like one episode or one video. It's about like MMA. It's like a hobby of mine.
Oh, no, I love it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
And then the second one, it's like completely about, music or something, something like completely unrelated.
I get just from like a consistency standpoint, just like as far as like the content, but like, do you think that's like necessarily like a bad thing though?
No, I think it's not a bad thing. I think the struggle is being able to be staying, because it's easier to do one thing a lot.
Facts, yeah, facts.
But when you have a lot of things going at the same time, you have to really be on top of making sure every one of these things are going forward. Otherwise, you'll end up just barely pushing everything slowly in front.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't think it's a bad thing. I like that, I can have a conversation with you. I can have a conversation with, like, people from totally different backgrounds. And it's just because of my personality. I like different things. I know you guys like anime maybe here. I don't know if a little bit. Me too. But you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not a crazy anime fan, but I can have a conversation about anime, even, you know what I mean? And I can have a conversation about MMA, and I can have a conversation about X, Y, and Z.
Sure.
But yeah, but the answer to your question, what was the question again?
Well, like, no, I mean, just because I was just saying, like, we have grown up with, like, so many, like, different platforms. So, like, just even, like, those earlier iterations of stuff, that pretty much is, content creation. Like, like at that time, like, obviously, again, we're 13, 14, 15, 16. So, like, we're not thinking, like, oh, content. We're just, fucking around with the app. You know what I mean? Like, that is the early steps of putting yourself out there, getting in front of a camera, even if it's your phone camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know, I mean, bro, I got my Snapchat when I was like, what? High school? Maybe like early high school, probably like 9th grade, 10th grade, maybe. And, like, I've had like the same account since, but like, I've just, been fucking on, fucking around on Snapchat, Vine when that was a thing. And then like, just like, bro, even Facebook, you know what I mean? It's like all those platforms are just like iterations of just putting yourself out there, So I was just, kind of asking, was there a point just like within the development of that, like that kind of made you break out of your shell to be like, like at 20, like, all right, like, fuck it, let me just get on another platform,
Yeah, that's a great question, man. Yeah, like you as well. You know, we grew up with like all these platforms like
Exactly.
Vine, Snapchat, Instagram, you know, and then now TikTok. But Facebook was one of the big ones back then. Um, yeah, you know, I guess growing up and watching a lot of YouTubers and what coming up with these, you are kind of already familiar with
Like,
what's
yeah,
working, how to do it, and you know what's going on.
Mm.
But yeah, for me, I guess the start was like it's just like a lot of times I figure like this was me personally, but I think a lot of people can relate to this. It's like we care a lot about what other people might think, right?
Sure, yeah.
First, you're trying to put out, right? Especially when you're in high school, right? Everyone's like making fun of you. Everyone's talking behind your back. For me, it's like at that point, I've been in the U.S. by myself for like 4 years or something like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
And it's like I started. I'm like, what has anyone's opinions of me had done anything in my life? Absolutely fucking nothing. Right?
Yeah, right.
I respect a couple people's opinions that I look up to and I think I need to listen to them. But for most people, I don't give a fuck. Realistically, like all due respect to everyone, you know.
No, bro,
fuck
no, I'm
everyone.
right with you. No, bro, I'm right with you.
So I was like, I got to a point where I was like, why am I holding myself back? Just in general, not even content creation, just in general.
Facts, bro.
Why am I not, you know, doing something that I want to do because I am afraid of X, Y, and Z might think? I don't even care. And for me, it's like, it's a little easier because all my high school friends are across the planet. Right. I haven't seen them. I don't even know what they're doing. You know, we chat and here and there, but they're not here physically. I don't run into them day to day.
Sure.
So it's like, doesn't even affect me.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little easier, I guess, because if I ran into them, you know, we would have conversations.
Yeah.
And even then, it still wouldn't at this point. But yeah, for me, and I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, it's free. It's fun. The most important thing, it's fun, right?
Yeah, fact.
I'm not making content about something that, you know, I don't
like or
yeah, it's part of my personality. Like funny videos, you know, I make jokes, you know, it's who I am. It's not trying to force anything. So it's easy. I'm like, and it doesn't take that much time, especially because YouTube takes a lot of time, right?
Yo, definitely.
But this one, it's like, okay, I just wasted 5 minutes of my time. Good.
Yeah.
I was gonna probably waste it anyway. So
do you think like the development of that, like, cause like, no, you said you were shy, like, you know, kind of like, you know, growing up. So when you think you truly broke out your shell and like that locked in for you, it's like, yo, fuck what everyone else thinks. Was it like when you first posted that TikTok video, or?
Yeah, well, it wasn't like it was. I think it's like it's a gradual thing where it gets to a point where it's like first you do that, it's like okay, reactions are good, right? My friends like it because most importantly, I wanted to post for my friends.
Sure,
they're gonna laugh about it. It's all funny. We're all gonna enjoy it. And then it slowly, you know, became more and more, and then it just over time,
I was just kind of develops.
You just get to a point where it's like at this point, I like it's
no turning back now. Yeah,
it's like. I don't even care, honestly, at this point. Even with public videos and stuff, that's still a little bit, you know, a little bit nerve-wracking, but I've done a few of them, and I'm like, oh, but it's a really good feeling.
Okay.
Once you get to a point where it's like, okay, like, I'm not a crazy person where it's like, I'm just gonna, you know, do like illegal stuff. But, but it's like, it doesn't matter.
Dog, do you remember that era of like, content creation, like people would just go out and just slap random people.
Yeah, like the fake prank.
Yeah, it's like, dog, like even like, you know, like I know like he's changed his whole, you know, wave, but like Boom Gang when like he was going into grocery stores and just knocking shit over, I'm just like, dog, like, and like again, that's real early. Like I can't even like, bro, nowadays like you're going to jail, sir. We're taking you to jail. I can't do that in a public place. Like shit is so crazy. It's definitely like wild to watch. Like, bro, it's definitely like wild to like watch how the whole landscape has evolved. But kind of, you know, fast forwarding here. So you post that 600 of view video for your friends. Again, you just wanted the filter, and then, you know, fast forward to you posting a video at combined view tick of 180 million views. I'm gonna say that number again. 180 million views combined over TikTok and IG, man. So because like I watched the video like you put on YouTube, like the video that like got there was funny as shit, where like the barber like put the little you know, line, and then like you come, all right, man, appreciate you. You got the eye patch with it. And just I was crying, but yeah, bro. I mean, like, when in like your posting did that happen? Was that like the next vid that you posted right after that, a video that like you wanted to just send to your friend, or like when in
Oh,
that
no,
way? Or was that like much later?
much later.
Okay, copy.
Hundreds of videos later.
Okay, copy. Okay.
So like that, yeah. So that in terms of timeline, that filter happened, and then I started slowly posting for maybe a year, and probably around a year after,
Okay.
it's like when it, I'm pretty, yeah, maybe like 8 months, 9 months in after
Sure.
that happened. But it's like
I mean, that's
in
still pretty
between.
quick though. Yeah, right.
It is pretty quick. But yeah, in between, like it was like a week. I had one of my friends because cause it was so the way I moved to Pittsburgh 4 years ago, right?
Okay.
And we can get into this whole topic, and I want to. I don't
Absolutely.
want to sidetrack us.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But what I was gonna basically, just to not go into that for now. Basically, I had like no one helping me with the videos, right? I have like all my brain's like always like getting ideas. I'm like, let's do this, that. At that time, I didn't have anyone helping me. I was like, I'm just like, no one wants to do. All my friends, I'm like, hey, you want to help me with the video? Like, I can do it next week. I'm like, dude, I want it 1 week from now. It's like, I want it right now. So I finally found one of my friends. He came to help me, and for 1 week, every day we started making a video, like a half hour. He would come in, we made video, and in that 1 week, it literally just like started like actually like doing well on Instagram. Because TikTok before that, I had a video that went like viral with like 25 million views, and like it got a lot of
He said, that's 25 mil, bro. That's
it went viral.
That's viral. Like, yeah, capital V, real shit. So yeah.
Yeah, but compared to like 160 million,
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. There's definitely like another echelon to that.
But for sure, yeah, definitely. But the TikTok was first, and then that happened. But my friend helped me 1 week. We made like a bunch of videos. Suddenly, one of the videos got like posted, and then the next day had like 4 million views. I was like, oh, this was the most views I got on Instagram. All right. And I'm like, oh my God, like, okay, finally something's happening on Instagram. Because I wanted Instagram more, TikTok too, but I wanted Instagram something to happen, but it wouldn't. Finally got that, did well. And then the one next to it got like 60,000, which was also good. And then it kept on doing. And then I posted that like at the end of the week, not just another video, nothing crazy. And that just suddenly started like getting views, and it just still gets views, I think.
Yeah.
And it just blew up almost.
That's wild, man. Yeah. So just even going back to what you said earlier, about you moving to Pittsburgh 4 years ago, like, where are you from originally?
So I'm originally from Iran.
Okay.
Right. I'm an immigrant. I grew up in Malaysia.
Okay.
Which is another country in Southeast Asia, and I came to the U.S. I went to Montana State University for school, and then from there I moved to Pittsburgh. 4.5 years.
Did you move here just like because of work or like?
No, man, it's so weird the way, like, looking back at it, I'm like, how it's almost like one of those things where it's like it was meant to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cliche, but because there was no reason for me to even come here. There's no reason. Like, I was in Montana, right? I'm a 20-year-old kid, 2 years in Montana, and I'm like, okay, as much as I love the people in Montana, as much as I'm grateful for being here, I didn't sacrifice my entire life to come in and be a farmer. You know what I mean? It's like
to grow potatoes.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
On flat land. Like.
Yeah, it's like all respect to.
Yeah, right.
That's totally fine.
Shout
it's a beautiful place. Okay, shout out to Montana. But for me, I was like, I wanted more. I didn't come to America. I wanted to be like, in the midst of it. I came to get after it.
Yeah. Was Montana like? Was that like one of like the top schools that like you applied to, or like how did you settle on Montana?
No, so for like as an Iranian especially, but as an immigrant in general, but as an Iranian immigrant, it's even worse. You know what I mean? It's like
talk about it.
It's already bad, but
yeah, facts.
It's like, okay,
yeah, right.
So it's already like, get a visa to come to the U.S. It's like winning the Powerball. You know what I mean? It's like a lottery. It's like
your golden ticket for real.
Yeah, I'm like calling my friends. Everyone's like celebrating as if like, little do we know we come here and we have to start from dirt poor, which is still even better, But yeah, so I went to this like travel agency. It was a student like agency that got visas for different countries around the world, and then that came in, and this guy was like, going from like I said, it's very hard to get a visa, right?
Yeah.
And this guy was like, no, man, we can get you like a acceptance in a university. In the U.S., we can get you a visa, and like, and
were you side-eyeing him because like, yo, this sounds so? You tell me that you could move me to America, be in the school, do what? Like, were you side-eyeing him? Like,
sure.
If I'm gonna end up in the next Taken 6, like, yeah.
Am I going to what's that prison? Alcatraz?
Yeah, bro. That's why you just wake up like, yeah, welcome to Montana State University.
Welcome to the gulag.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I did. I mean, I was young. I was like 17. right? So you have to be 18 to apply for a U.S. visa, but I was 17, right?
Yeah.
My birthday was in a couple weeks, and he's like, okay, we'll do all the application. As soon as you turn 18, we'll get you an interview. And then, like, I was talking to my mom. I was like, you sure about this guy? Like,
Right.
how is he making it so easy? There's no way, right? I'm like, but whatever. I'm going to do what he wants me to do. You know, my grades were good. Luckily, I went to a good school in Malaysia. You know, my English was good. So I was already at like an advantage when it comes to those things. Like going to an interview, like the guy heard me talking like him or her. And he was like, it was easier, right, than if I didn't speak any English. But, you know, I did it in the 1 month, in like 3 weeks. And then I turned 18 as well. I suddenly like came to the U.S. like from not even expect. I had no idea I would come to the U.S. ever. But it just in 1 month, this guy got me an acceptance. He's like, you know, you go there, and then, you know, worst case, you don't like it in Montana, you can transfer it to another school. That's like that's always an option.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, you know what, that's a good idea. Like, at least I'm in America, right?
Was he based in Malaysia, or like was he based in you? Okay, wow.
He was in Malaysia, but he was Iranian.
Got you. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
he knew a lot about like the difficulties and
Sure. But
But he was like, yeah, this is how you do it, and he did a great job. You know, I'm so grateful for this guy. I haven't been in touch with him. I don't know what happened to him. I've heard he's a very successful businessman, though.
Dog,
God bless him.
know something funny, man? Like, I came across, so like when I was studying for the SATs, because I went to Penn State, I took the SATs twice. I fucking forgot my calculator the first time. Fucking nuts. I left it in the car. But the second time, I had like a tutor, and like, you know, like I don't even know how my mom found this guy, but tutor, and you know, again, like, you know, we would go to weekly, boom, right? Take the SAT the second time, do great. You know, like I got like a 1680, something like that. But
What's that out of?
2400, I think. Like, you know, like yeah, like a higher like a really, really good school. Like you're sitting like 18 something, you know what I mean? That like that's like
really
yeah, like you're sitting like really good. So like I was like, you know, just below, you know, that.
Okay.
I think like the first time around, like I like probably like 14 or 15 something, you know, but like he, like, you know, helped me increase my score, like, you know, pretty dramatically. And like I'm pretty sure that even leveraged me into like, you know, getting a Penn State, you know what I mean? Like definitely. But you know, like he was very just like, you know, like hands-on, great guy, like the nicest guy ever. And like we would meet at Panera weekly. And then after I took the test and passed, bro, like he just disappeared. Like I like just in the thing, like it was almost like, you know, like you mentioned like the universe, like, you know, like how like, you know, like how spiritual you are, but like that was just like a kind of like a God sent angel. I'm just like, he just appeared, helped me get this, you know, great score on the FT, and then like just evaporate. I just like never heard from him. I'm just like, damn, like that was, you know what I mean? And like that just, you know, just even me going there just like set so much stuff in motion for me just in my life, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for, you know, meeting him, you know, meeting with him weekly at that Panera, bro, you know? So she's crazy. Nuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just wild.
I've had people like that too, like tutors, and they just come in and it's, you know, it's like, it's really weird. Like they come in, you know, for them, it's like they're just doing their job or whatever, you know, and suddenly you don't see them again, you know, like what happened to, you know, Mr. whatever, you know, what happened to them? Like, are they good? You know, like, I would love to like meet my high school teachers, like sit down with them and talk to, you know, some of the good ones, especially like that I had a really good relationship with. I would love to just sit down, like, what's happened, man? What's happened since 6-7 years? Like, just get dinner or something. But a lot of times you don't get that chance, right?
Yeah.
Like, one day was your last day with them.
Bro, right? And it's just like, damn, it's gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
I want to touch on, because like you said, like when you first moved here, like there was like something like you didn't want to like, you know, sidetrack on. Like what was that like? Yeah, what did you?
So I was gonna say, like, Pittsburgh, I've noticed, like, I thought it was me, but for every I've moved a lot, right? I went from Iran to Malaysia. I've traveled a lot. You know, I came to U.S., Montana. You know, I went to California for a few months, back to Montana. Then, so I've gone around a fair share. But what I've noticed about Pittsburgh, I've been here for 4 years. For some reason, especially in the beginning, like now it's a little bit better, but in the beginning, I really struggled to find friends here. I was like, it's the weirdest thing ever, because every other place I've ever been in my life,
you've been cool.
I've had absolutely no problem. Instantly, as soon as I went to wherever I was, instantly I made like 10 friends.
Sure.
Like I mean like proper friends, right? Like, let's go out, let's do this. I came here, it got to a point in the first year, I was like, I need to like make some friends here. Like I'm very lonely here. Like
what do you
I don't
think
have
was the like initial disconnect like that you saw?
I don't know, man. I still don't know what it is. Whether it's like a cultural thing, or maybe like my cultural thing, like being totally different. And also one thing that definitely played a role, like every other place I've been to, it's either been for school or something beforehand. Whereas when I came here, it was just nothing. I just came straight into like a city. I didn't know anyone. I didn't go to like a school here, so I wasn't surrounded with people my age. So for sure, that's the thing. So I was myself for a few years. I worked like a 9 to 5 job. Everyone was like much older than me, like 40s. So I had nothing to relate to those people. So I had no friends of my own. I wouldn't meet, and I couldn't go out to like bars and stuff. I wasn't 21 yet the first year. So I was like, I was like, how do I find friends? Like I was looking, at activities, nothing really going on. I'm like, what do I do? But then I don't know what it is. Like everywhere I go, like I was in Miami a few weeks ago, and then in New York a month before that, and I just travel by myself, right? Because I'm so accustomed to just being by myself now after like 7 years of being by myself. I'm kind of started enjoying, not being with people, to be honest. But I travel to these places, and I go to hostels.
Oh yeah,
I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. But basically like hotels, but it's like in a shared room. And then I accidentally stumbled upon what a hostel was in Washington, D.C., but then it was one of the best things that happened, because you meet all these other people just like you that are traveling, that are exploring. And then every time I go to these cities now, I make instantly, again, 10, 20 friends. Like in New York, we were going out with this huge group of people that I just met, right, at the hostel. And I'm like, so maybe it isn't me, right? Maybe it's just like, maybe it is me to a certain extent, where it's like, it's just maybe interest or maybe it's my personality, whatever it is. Or maybe the people here are just not like the same as me, where it's like, I'm about, let's do this, let's create this, let's explore, let's make things happen, you know what I mean? Whereas people here, it's like I reach out to, artists or whatever, and everyone's just like, no one's trying to do anything here. You know what I mean? There's no hustle.
Amir, talk to that. Talk to them, bro.
Respectfully, and I respect everyone, like what they're doing here, but most people I talk to, I'm like, hey, let's do this. They're like, yeah, let's do it. And it's like, let's do it in a month, 2 months. I'm like,
no.
I'm in New York, and I'm like, everyone's getting after, right? Is that like probably because a lot of immigrants there, and it's all about the hustle and surviving and getting. Whereas here, it's like my business. I work with business owners, and I talk to businesses here, and they're like, they don't even want more business.
Damn.
They're like so complacent and chilling that the idea of having an extra $5,000 to their business makes no difference to them. They're like, yeah, man, honestly, man, I'm just like okay right now. I'm just like, I don't really want to. Whereas you go to other these big cities, and artists are really trying to make it. They're getting after it, for music. Like I was at a pool in Miami Beach with my friend.
Probably a vibe, like flex.
Oh yeah,
like flex. That was a vibe.
No. It was at my hostel.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like there's like a pool and there are bars. I'm just like living life.
That's what Bob
friend I just met there, and we were just in the pool chilling. And then next to us, which is another pool, like a small like pool, and then there's like someone's shooting a music video.
Okay. Oh damn. Okay.
So it's like, this is what's happening there. You know what I mean? It's so much, whether it's art for business, everyone's trying to be on each other. So the hustle is there. So I think a lot of that, plus like the culture, plus me being like who I am, I think that kind of just made it seem like I love this city. I like everything, a lot of things about it. A lot of people I met here, but that grind and hustle is like, you very rarely meet people, and when you do, they don't really want to collaborate or do anything.
Dog. So I was gonna say, like, did that push you away from collaboration, or like, are you just more okay with doing shit on your own at this point, or are you still kind of, I guess, holding out hope to like, like, it doesn't have to be collabing with everyone, but just like have that one genuine collaborative energy with somebody?
Honestly, I'm totally open. Like every time I still like reach out to, people, every artist or photographer, videographer, whatever kind of artist, creative I message people on Instagram, hey, I just love what you're doing, keep doing it. Just to get a little message. You don't have to collaborate if you don't.
Sure.
I don't really want anything in return.
Sure.
But all I know is, we talked about Vine, right? We talked about, all these social platforms. Vine. So remember King Batch?
Absolutely, yeah.
Where is he now? So King Batch now, at that time, if you remember, there was this group of like creators, right?
Like
Logan Paul,
D Storm was in there,
Logan
like
Paul, Hannah, whatever,
Gabby Hanna, yeah.
So many of them. But Adam W.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
All these like influencers went to LA and or were in LA. I don't even know if they live or not.
Well,
But
he too or something like that. Like he used to be with Zach something and
Zach King.
Nah, not Zach King, not Zach King.
Wait, what?
I'm blanking on his name right now. Like his name is Zach something. But like it was like him and like this guy. I think like Wahib or like I'm fucking his names up all types of crazy right now. But yeah, like they were like all part of that crew that you were talking about.
It's like a huge group of people, but all it was they're all making some sort of videos, right?
Correct.
One of them was a fitness influencer. One of them, with King Batch, made skits. One of them, like Logan Paul, did vlogs. The other one did, X, Y, and Z. But they all were constantly making videos together, collaborating. And if you look at all of them right now, 5, 6, 7 years later, where are they all now? One's on HBO, one's on fucking, they're all, and like that's why I want to collaborate. Like if I have to do this by myself, I'll do it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
but I just want people to understand that if you just help, like if a group of 5 people that are doing similar things, just sit down together every day or on consistent basis and just help each other. Hey, like let's say you're a videographer, you need someone in front of the camera. Okay, I got you. Or you need help with this. Okay, I got you. You need help with music. So we're all kind of helping each other using this social, the future of each other. And then social media is given this, especially with TikTok and all this algorithm. So imagine like if by myself I got like these views. Imagine if 5 of me were working together at the same time, or 5 of similar.
The possibilities are limitless, bro.
But and so that's the thing here. I haven't been able to find people that are willing to, and there's limited people are creating anything. Then the ones that are as well, most of them like they're doing their own thing, respectfully, fine. Yes.
When you so yeah, and I'm like we're hopping around here, but like kind of going back to the 180 mil view post. When you got those numbers, were you just more like, all right, like let me double down on the way this algorithm works, or were you like, oh, dope, people are liking my content, let me make more content?
Yeah, both. I think both of them for sure. It's almost like it's like a addiction almost. Once you get those notifications coming in. I remember on TikTok when my video blew up, I was just like opening my notifications and it's just like, I didn't even like keep up with it, right? But that gets addicting. You want to keep creating. It looks like everything's grown. And also, I really became a nerd and studied the algorithm a lot.
Okay.
So now every time I'm scrolling, I'm not only am I consuming, I'm also like aware of why a video is going viral, why is it not going viral, what's like very little detailed things. So like fast forward like a couple of years now it's like I feel like a lot about the algorithm. So that's what I'm trying to translate into my like business side of it. It's like I can actually teach people like
and like use it as a tool. And just I want to kind of pick your brain on like this algorithm thing, man. Like how do you feel about IG's algorithm like versus TikTok's algorithm? Like do you think one is strong? Because I mean I would just say like I think TikTok's algorithm is stronger for letting more people see your stuff that like not that necessarily follow you, which is what I think IG lacks on. So like I definitely want your take on that.
Yeah, I think honestly they're all different but the same at the same time.
Yeah.
So what the thing is, the most important thing with short vertical form content, whether it's YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram, and everyone like that is different, right? Sometimes like 1 month it seems like shorter videos are doing better. The next month it's like if you use this trending sound, it seems better. There's so many variables that like looking at just like my like research, you can't. There's no clear like this is it, right? This is how you do this. But there's one thing, there's one metric that seems to be very, very like clearly the most important one. And if you can hit this metric, all these other shit is it's complete bullcrap. Like you don't even need any of these like trending sounds, hashtags and stuff. These are all like little bullshit. You know what I mean? Right. None of my videos hashtag. Yeah. So what is it? So does it work or not? Which is it? But then there's videos that have hashtags. Right. So I don't think they're that important. The most important metric is watch time on the videos. So like if you like on Instagram or TikTok, all of them actually now have like insights. So if you go on your videos, look at your most successful videos. If you have like videos that you think did better, like if you go on the videos that blew up, like the 160 million views, or like the recent one has 10 million views. There's so many different things, right? People sharing it helps, people posting in their stories, that help for sure. But the watch time, like average view duration is sometimes what it's called. How like percentage of viewers that watch the full video is like another word for the same thing. So the higher your watch time is on the video, say the video is 30 seconds. If your average view duration or watch time duration is closer to that 30-second mark, the higher it is, the better the video and it performs. It shows it to more people. And it makes total sense. I always talk about this on my business page. It's like, it makes total sense because the longer you can keep people on the app, the more ads these platforms can show to people, and they make more money. So it's like a win-win for everyone. So if you can just do that, whether it's by creating engaging videos, by trolling people, making sure, they watch towards the end, whatever it is, if you can achieve a high watch time, no matter what, your videos are going to blow up. That seems to be the only like variable that you can control.
And like, I guess, it's kind of like an open-ended question, but like that, like what causes people to get that higher watch time is going to be different for everybody. It depends on what content you make. It depends on, what your niche is, and like all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about like what are different ways to get a high watch time?
Well, yeah, just like, like I doubt like there are any, like, I guess the common characteristics of like, something getting high watch time would be like if the video was funny, or like if it appeals like a certain audience, or like if it's informative, things of that nature. But the nuances of like how you get to those points is gonna be different for everyone, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it depends. Some videos are like not funny. Some are just educational, right? Some are music. Some are, there's different ways. It's different, but you just have to find, like, at the end of the day, you have to entertain the viewer, right? And whatever it is, if you're educating, your education needs to be so like compelling, what you're talking about, and then you can things like editing, adding captions, all these little things that help you do that, because the more like engaging the video is to the eyes, the more they're gonna keep watching the video. But again, it really depends. Like, every like genre is different. So for if it's education, make sure, like, for education, for example, if you're teaching something, you can plant like something towards the end to make them like need to watch towards the end, find out what happens.
Yeah, right.
Or like watch towards the end of the video where I reveal X, Y, and Z. So like now you have to watch to the end if you want to know what X, Y, and Z is. Or like, whatever it is, if it's entertaining, if there's like random stuff happening, or if it's funny, whatever it is, like you just have to get creative with it. It's up to you, totally.
Sure. Have just like as far as monetization, man. I mean, because like even in the YouTube video I watched when you were breaking down that viral video, you said like you ain't make a dime off that shit, which is crazy. And I know and like you're definitely not the only creator that has had gripes about TikTok or IG or whatever platform not compensating the creators that are able to do this on their platform. So like, how have you navigated being able to monetize some of this stuff, and like what are some things that you did that kind of helped you monetize, if you have at this point?
Yeah, like you said, I haven't made any money from any of these views.
That's insane.
It is, yeah. But well, I said I didn't make any money. It's like directly from the platform.
Sure.
Like, again, TikTok, they had like this at the time that I used to post a lot. I've stopped posting on TikTok for a little bit. It's just died down for me. But yeah, TikTok had a creator fund that paid like very little, and it was just, even the ones that paid, it was just like not even that much anyways.
That's crazy.
And then Instagram, see, the thing about Instagram bothers me. It's like, are we going over time or?
No, man. I'm just make sure the audio is picking up.
Yeah,
you're all good.
But yeah, let me know if you need to, like.
No, don't worry. Trust me.
Yeah,
that's the.
I get like, I can talk about these
no,
things
bro.
forever.
Talk as long as you want, bro. Don't even worry about shit.
Appreciate it. But yeah, Instagram is a little personal for me. I don't know why, but Instagram and Facebook used to have like a bonus program.
Okay.
So like, but it was by selection only, and I don't really know what that is based on.
Oh yeah. I remember you mentioned it like it was like invite only.
Yeah. It's like invite only, and then I had friends who got like 300 views.
Come on, man, and you in the joint. Send my man the invitation link. What's up with that? Come on.
They took the whole program off now. So
that's wild.
So, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, there's no like community guidelines or anything that my account seems to be in good standing. I don't know if it's like the type of content. They would rather see different types of content. But it bothers me because you people that would get like 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Right? And they're getting like $50 for like 1,000 views or something.
Wow.
And I'm like,
damn.
If that was the case, even if it wasn't like, if I got $1, if I got like 10 cents for
dog, just imagine where you would like, even bro, like you said, 10 cents off 160 million, but bro, like,
you know what I'm saying? But it's not. And then Yeah, I don't know. So the monetization for me, I've kind of given up on it in terms of Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I still make content and stuff,
sure,
but
yeah.
I make my money from my business. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like it would be nice to make a couple thousand. It would definitely make it easier for me to focus more on content creation. But
Mhm.
you know, you can use like I don't make excuses when like okay, that's fine. I'm still gonna do this. The thing is, a lot of people are also entitled that they need to be paid. You know what I mean? It's like why do I feel entitled to be paid? You know what I mean? I'm just using their platform
Yeah,
and I'm boosting my brand. I'm getting followers. People
yeah.
are reaching out to me. I'm building my network. So that's still happening, right? I'm
Mhm.
still getting followers, and then you can do like brand partnerships with people. I had like again, so maybe TikTok didn't pay me, but because of my TikTok videos that blew up, I did like a partnership, for example, with Lyft,
Say, right,
right?
okay, yeah.
So it wasn't like a crazy one. Like
Mhm.
I think the most I ever made so far from like working with some brand was like it was probably with that Lyft. I think I made like $700 for like 7 videos. So like I had to make like 7 videos for them. I didn't have to post it for myself. It was like it's called user generated content. So we
Yeah.
make it for their own page,
Yeah, yeah,
and
right.
they post on their page. So that was like the most, which is good. Um, but it's not like $700 like in
Yeah,
2 years, like nothing. You know what I mean?
but like it's nice to get paid for,
Mm-hmm.
just, creating content that like, and like did you feel like when, they approached you for that, like they were I guess trying to, I guess for like for a better term, like suck the personality, like did they like try to like restrict you to like make a video a certain way and like
Yeah.
had to be like has to hit these, like they give you free.
No, you're absolutely right. And not to like talk bad about them.
Yeah, no, no,
It's just
no.
very typical, like
And like it's not even them specifically, but that's
in
just
general.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, brands come in and like, do that.
100%. Like
Mm.
that's their biggest issue that these companies don't, especially the big ones,
Mm-hmm.
that they want like they reach out to a creator. They want so like you reach out to me for example as a creator. You like my videos, right?
Exactly right.
But then you don't want me to make one of my videos. It's like, so why did you reach out to me? You know what I mean? If you
What
want
the
to,
fuck are we here?
yeah.
The fuck are we doing?
It's like
Yeah.
if you reach out to me for my videos, then let me do one of these videos.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah, but I also understand like for these big companies, there's like guidelines and things you
sure.
can't say.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like okay, you can't really talk about because one little thing that suit. You know?
Yeah, no, I mean,
So I understand from that
there's a
side.
different ball game up there,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, but yeah, they don't really. It's a little different. Like you have
Yeah.
full freedom to do whatever you want. It's different.
And like
Yeah.
that's what I was even gonna say. Like, would you? So I mean, just like in terms of like making money, like obviously everyone is making well, not everyone, but for the people that generally love it, content creation is gonna be content creation. Being paid or not, it would be nice, yes. You know what I mean? But we love the content that we're making, which is why like we do it. So would you say like working with brands on these platforms is going to be the best way to at least get some monetization? But then like you also kind of risk them adhering you to like these like kind of like almost restrictive
Mhm.
criteria in order to work with them.
Yeah. That's a good question. But, I'm always like very careful to give any advice when I haven't specifically done it.
Sure.
So I personally don't think I've done a great job at working with brands and monetizing of my social media. So I don't really want to give any advice.
Sure.
Because, if I had, let's say I made like 100 G's from like a brand deal, I would be happy
You'd be
to
in a
like,
better
like
space
this,
to-
X, Y, and Z.
All right.
But it's like for me, like I haven't figured it out. So I can't really tell you. I mean, from my experience, depending on your content, obviously if I made like lifestyle content, gym content, it'll be very clear, right? I do work with like fitness brands. For me,
Yeah.
it's like I make funny videos.
Yeah, so
It's
like
general. It's like
Mhm.
it's really hard to kind of niche
Pin
down and pin
yeah.
down exactly who you want. But if you have like a specific, like if it's fitness or lifestyle, you can easily just reach out to brands and be like, hey, I'll make like a 5 quick videos for you, $100 each, $500, and you do that 4 or 5 times, you make like 2,000-3,000,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take that much time. That's for sure. I've done those. I've made videos like that for people. That seems to be for me, and also I've heard like YouTube for sure pays way better if you can get, but it's a lot tough.
That's probably the new wave, and like even Mike was mentioning just even in our conversation, just in day to day, that like YouTube Shorts, that's about to be the new wave. Like that's about to be. I mean, like it even like is like you're seeing like the bubbling now, but like in time, like because you're like you even mentioned that like TikTok is kind of was dying down for you.
Mhm.
I think overall, there's a dying down aspect to TikTok right now. You know what I mean? Like I think YouTube Shorts is gonna fill that vacuum, like that may create. But I definitely want to get to like some of your more business ventures as well, because you have
Sure.
Vitrine Studios, which is like marketing business, which is super super dope. So like speak on like how that came about, and when you started that, and like how that came together.
Yeah. So thank you, by the way. But yeah. So Vitrine Studio, it started like social media marketing like many years ago. But
Okay.
back then it was more like paid ads, so
Sure.
Facebook ads, Google ads, that kind of stuff. And I've been in that space for a while. And then my company was called Aria Media Group. It still actually is, but it's a long story. Anyways, uh, then I think about a year ago, or maybe a little over like year and a half, slightly, where I decided to change the name to Vitrine Studios, because
Yeah.
Vitrine, in my language and in French too, and actually in English too, but no one uses it, like an old word or something.
Hmm.
It actually means like a glass display,
Hmm.
like a glass showcase that you use,
Okay.
like you see like in front of like boutique, like clothing stores and stuff.
Oh,
There's, like,
okay.
where the mannequin and
Yeah,
stuff,
but
like in front of H&M.
that's called a vitrine.
That's because like vitrine.
Okay,
That
got you.
that
Okay.
display is called the vitrine. Like
Okay.
that thing is called the vitrine. So, and I was like, oh, it makes sense because one, it's connected to my roots and I like that, and two, it makes sense because what Vitrine Studio is not like paid ads anymore. Mostly,
Yeah.
it's more content marketing, right?
Nice.
Because now I have all this information about the algorithm and how to do all that, so I can really help business owners do that. So now it's like, okay, like almost like a glass showcase for your business, right? So like in a physical business, you have like a physical showcase. In the online world, it's like your social media. Right? That's your show.
Absolutely.
To like bring in people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so like was marketing like what you did in like your 9 to 5, or like no? Okay,
No.
so like you just kind of like took that, and was it like just like through your own content creation, or like you were like, oh boom, let me go in this lane?
So social media marketing was for me. I first, when I was in Montana, actually, when I was working at a restaurant, this Chinese restaurant, and I remember I became friends with the owner. I'm still great friends with him, but he wanted like he was on his Facebook page and he was like asking about like if I know anything about like the promote button and what it's about. Like I'm like, I've heard it's about ads and stuff. I don't really, but I can find out more. So I watched a couple of YouTube videos back then. Wasn't that much, but I watched it and then I made a few ads for them, and they actually did really well. Suddenly they had like an event day and the ads did really well and like it was packed. I was like, oh my god, that's cool. And then I found out that that's actually like something that people do, like it's actual like business. I thought it was just like luck. So I luckily stumbled upon that, and then ever since when I moved here, I did it for the first 2 years. I did it for like just part time, like a passive income almost. Whereas I was working my 9 to 5 job, it was just some bullshit customer service.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate it.
That's
Just
all right.
it's just some bullshit.
Yeah,
I
right.
cannot stand it.
Yeah.
But then and then after or before or whenever it was, I would have like one or two clients maybe paying me a little bit to
Nice.
make ads for them. So it was my side gig, and then it got a little bit better, and then I quit that job. I started working at a restaurant, and I still work at a restaurant Friday, Saturdays. But then so like if I work Friday, Saturdays, now I have my entire week to work on my business. So that was like for me going from 9 to 5, where I don't even have to, like my clients are calling me, but I'm at my work. I can't.
Yeah.
So that's like the tricky part. Whereas I'm working Friday nights, Saturday nights, no one's calling me. My clients are sleeping or partying, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm still working.
Yeah.
Monday, Friday, I'm still working again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So all the week I would work. Friday, Saturday's restaurant. Also during the day I would work on those days too.
Oh yeah.
So now it's like becoming like my full-time job basically,
That's
because
dope.
it's grown, and
Yeah.
and I it's restaurant. I still work just because I travel a lot, and this restaurant Friday, Saturdays pays for my entire trip. So I'm like, eventually I'll stop because I'm getting tired of it. But yeah.
So, and like, how'd you even? Because I know you're working with 2 other people, right?
What's that?
You're working with 2 other people.
In Vitrine.
Yeah. In Vitrine. Like, forgive me, I am blank on your guys' names.
No, you're good.
If you want to shout them out, but how did you get into collabing with them? Because I know you said like when you moved here, trying to find friends or like people that are on that like like let's go, you know what I mean? Like type of wave. It was difficult for you. So how did you get mix up them?
Yeah. So basically, in beginning, it was just me And then I was like, okay, I need like some help. My sister is in Canada right now, in Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, nice.
And she's like an interior designer. She's an artist.
Dope.
She
Okay.
designs stuff for social media. So I was like, hey, want to help me out? So she's one of those people, my sister.
Hobby. Okay, got it.
But not anymore, actually. So, I mean, she's still there.
Yeah.
But these other two people right now that I currently just started working with as well. One is Lane. I don't know if you've met him. He helps me with my YouTube videos, all my videos.
Okay.
He was the person who filmed 160 million views. Like, that's the person I was talking about, Lane.
Gotcha.
He started just helping me, and then, now I started paying him too. He's helped a lot. So now I pay him to like actually do that. So he helps me record YouTube videos, any of the other videos as well. And then Nicole, actually, I just brought on too. Nicole's an amazing graphic designer.
Dope.
We're still yet to see from Nicole because we just started. But you're going to start seeing a lot from Nicole. She's an amazing graphic designer. And I really wanted graphic design and like branding part of the business because I thought it's all part of the vitrine part of it. So I brought her as the head of graphic design now. So we just started like a whole brand new service that we're providing, which is just branding, brand identity,
Okay.
graphic design, and all that kind of stuff as well. So those are currently the people. And then I have another friend in Germany who's very non-operational, but he's just like almost like a consultant.
Liaison.
Yeah, every time I need to like talk to some business partner, I talk to him.
So like just in your work with Vitrine, like when people are coming for like helping these like marketing, like what have you seen like just like a common mistake or like kind of like a common thing that like people aren't picking up on in order to grow their marketing, grow their brand, grow their business, like
So currently our main service that we do that I actually enjoy doing is like I make content myself. So I bring my camera, I go to your business or whatever it is. And then I shoot the videos, I edit it, whether it's like a restaurant, it's like for cocktails and drinks, and so just making really dope videos. The biggest mistake is like people are, I don't want to say it's a mistake because I understand where they're coming from, but it's all a money thing, right? It's like with what we do, it's like we do very good job, right? We're more like a premium video marketing agency. Because we have the knowledge for the content marketing when it comes to social media, but then our quality is also really good too.
Yeah.
Not everyone can afford that, right? So I want to say it's like a mistake because not everyone can afford it, but I feel like a lot of business owners, like especially in Pittsburgh, they don't realize how valuable this currently the vertical form content is. And the ones that there are a few like business owners that have killed it here. There's like a chiropractor here, I can't remember his name, but he killed TikTok. Like he's millions.
Wait, no. I think I was like
famous.
Yeah. No. Like and like he's in Shady Side.
I don't know.
I think like if we're talking about the same person, like there's a doctor out here in Shady Side that was on TikTok, and he's a chiropractor, and like he was just going viral, like so.
So there you go. Like the ones, it could be him. I can't remember his name, but I remember there's a chiropractor. There are a few of them that are just like really got after and look at their business, right? Completely different. Now they're charging. That guy probably is not charging $50 for an adjustment, right? That guy's probably charging premium prices.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, they understood.
$1,000, I'll break his spine.
Yeah. For $1,000, I'll kill.
Yeah, right.
I'll break your neck.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's the thing. Like I guess a lot of business owners don't really see value. Some people are like advertising. Some business owners are like advertising in like newspapers. I'm like, damn, who the fuck reads newspapers? Oh, you'll be surprised. Like Yellow Pages and that's the struggle here.
Yellow Pages is crazy.
So you'll be shocked how
that's nuts.
And then I'm here, so like again back to like the whole like the hustle thing going on. You go to New York, they're talking about right now AI, AR.
Oh, hologram.
They're talking like social media. Everyone's like getting after me up, and then here it's like newspapers.
I'll just put the Yellow Pages, and
let me just spend. They will spend $1,000 on some bullshit billboard that's in the middle of nowhere, and no one even
see the billboards.
Who's gonna like take your number down?
Dog, you can't. We're driving.
Exactly.
We can't even like.
You always see like a law firm, a lawyer's just there like spending $2,000 to that. I'm like, how many like views you can get?
Yeah, right.
If you just like instead of $2,000 there, you fit in your social media.
Yeah, billboard is so outdated. Like just like even back then, like how would you get that information to like use that? Like you're in the car. Like how do you?
Yeah. Well, I think the whole principle of billboards was a lot of them, the good ones that they would place it at like traffic stops.
Sure, right.
Right. So there's ones that like you have when you stop, then you would see like.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, everyone's on phone now, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
when you're stopping at a traffic light, you're not just like, oh, look what's going on. Everyone's just like looking at their text and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's gone out there. I mean, there's still like it's marketing, right? And before also like law firms, especially, or like other people too, but they would put it as like a hey, look, this is my business is thriving right now because it's on the billboard. It's like a power move. You know what I mean? Whereas like now it's like no one really cares. I personally don't think it's a good investment to spend $1,000 on a newspaper fucking ad. You know what I mean?
Would you say like the crowd, like, would you say just like the general kind of temperature check that you've seen for, again, people trying to, like, have you come across people that like are just too stubborn to kind of change their ways, or like too set in their ways to, you know, open up their mind and try different tactics, social media, things of that nature?
Yeah, I just think human nature is like people don't like change, right?
Yeah.
People, they just get complacent in where they are, and then they just want to stay where they are. They don't like to try this new thing. They just got used to this previous thing. Like successful business owners in general, successful people, it's like you got to go with the times. You got to adapt. You got to evolve. You got to, you know, shape into whatever it needs to. You can't just do the same thing over and over and over and over. Like here, there's, I don't know why this is. Actually, maybe you would know, but why? Like, there's a lot of cash only places.
I have no fucking idea.
It has to be like for a tax reason.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I'm like, you
clue.
can't get like a card reader. Like, I'll be that behind.
No,
But I think it has to be like some tax, benefit or something to like. Otherwise, it's so stupid. I'm like, we're in 2023 and you guys can't accept like a card payment. I'm sure has to be some reason.
Yeah.
Again, back to like the whole like evolving with the time, a lot of people just get complacent. As with social media, it's like a lot of businesses are so used to newspaper ads and all these things and have no idea about like the power of social media, how much it can change their business. But then the problem here is like a lot of people don't even, like I said, want to change their business. So it's like, the ones that do though, they're up here, they're thriving, and the ones that don't, it's fair enough.
No, definitely, man. I do want you to just quickly speak on your podcast and your talks. How that came together, and like kind of what's on slate for that.
The podcast. So yeah, the podcast. It's just like a side fun thing for me. I just bring on whoever I think is going to be an enjoyable talk.
Yeah,
and just sit down and talk. It's easier to do, right?
Yeah.
Compared to like making like editing and all these different things. Like podcast is 1 hour, 2 hour.
You have way more leeway as far as like
you can just talk, have a conversation with people. It's fun. I enjoy doing this. Like I sit down with people and just talk like we are doing right now.
Yeah, fair.
It's nice. It's fun, but. Yeah, that's just like a side fun thing
for you. When's your next episode coming out? Like, have you like thought about that, or you're just like,
So I maybe like next week or two. Again, I should be more consistent with that. But again, because like,
you have your hobby, like like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yes, exactly. So we're working on some like really cool YouTube videos. I'm working on this. I'm just editing, finishing it up right now. But we decided to make like this Netflix documentary style trailer about like complete nonsense because we saw a video about it, and then not to spoil it, but maybe we might do this or not. Maybe I shouldn't even talk about it, but this whole like financial guru thing that I'm on right now. Yeah, we might like do some cool things on YouTube.
That's funny, bro. Like I said, you was doing the push-ups. You're like, yeah. You're like, all right. How many kids you got, man? 2?
Yeah.
I want to sell your kids. I want you to kidnap your kids.
Sell each other.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That dog, Amir, man. Thank you so much for coming through and chopping up. This was a fucking pleasure. Absolutely not, man. So this is the point in the pod where if you have anything that like you want to plug in socials, your YouTube channel, where they can find you at, man. Now's the time, man. But the floor is yours, bro. Appreciate you for coming.
No, thanks for having me on, man. This was really good interview.
Awesome.
Like, this went by so quick. I didn't realize how much we talked. But yeah, plugging my business, Vitrine Studio. If you want to learn, we are gonna really go on this hair of a run of just giving free value on the Instagram page. Just complete everything. I know we're gonna actually make content about it. If you're interested in growing your whatever business, creative artist, whatever it is, check that out. If you want to do that, and then if you want to follow me on social media, it's amir.wmv. On all platforms, basically. It's if you want to, hit me up if you just want to talk. I answer all my DMs there, like every one of them. DM me, we can have a chat. If you're an artist, let's collaborate. And then,
my man Amir, listen, man, MIC podcast episode 80. 9, community content. You get it all here. Amir Moradi in the building, and we're out.